I will ride on protocol. Kwa hivyo nitazungumza Kijaluo. I was told while I was in campus still, I think I came after Sakaja and Sonu, we were letting them out in that team, that English is Luo. So I will choose the alternative Luo and speak it. Mimi kwa majina naitwa Abidan Mwachis ama Abi Mwachi. Mimi ndio mwenyekiti wa kitaifa wa KMPDU. Na nafanya kazi mkoa wa Pwani. Lakini kwetu ni hapa Malava pale papo hivi sasa kuna fujo na purukushani za kisiasa. I represent the doctors as the national chairperson of KMPDU. Or much more correctly put, the Republic of KMPDU, led by my brother, CEO and Secretary General Davji Atellah. To the family of the late Mzee Musa Atela, our religious leaders, distinguished guests, my colleagues from across the medical fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I begin by requesting you to allow me to ride on the protocol already established. Now, all the doctors have already been recognized, and we wish to state that these are doctors from across the country. The conglomeration of doctors in this place today is unprecedented. The support that the doctors have given to us as a leadership, and to that stricter extent to the Secretary General Davji, is something that is heartwarming and humbling. We do not take it for granted, and we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. We thank you for your service, and we thank you for your dedication. I bring to this gathering the collective condolences of all the Kenyans, the Kenyan doctors under the ambit of KMPDU, the men and women who heal, comfort, and serve under the banner of KMPDU and the doctors of Kenya. Mzee lying here today, we have a brief but long story. I know an oxymoron in that statement. I've been privileged to follow Mzee's journey closely through my brother Davji, our Secretary General. Over the years, I've received updates on Mzee's health, his moments of resilience, his humor, his quiet strength. We often exchange notes and reflections as one would between friends, balancing duty and family. Not about exactly 85 days ago, that is on the 14th of August, we visited Mzee here with my wife and Ms. Keller. And we had the honor of putting Mzee's stories to perspective. The man himself was jovial, witty, with stories that lit up the room. He spoke of his days as a contractor, building not only structures across the country, but friendships that have outlasted stone and steel. And yes, the obvious question that any of us will ask him when you meet him is how he came about a very Indian name to a very black son. And so we did ask. And as you've heard, he laughed, leaned back and told us, Bhimji Davji was his employer and later partner, then turned friend. That, ladies and gentlemen, is who Mzee was. A man who built eternal friendships with the same precision that he built projects. When we visited, he had no complaints, only a small reminder that his drugs needed refilling, and he was jovial, jubilant, and looking forward to his next clinic. To probably the doctors who never interacted with Mzee, I want to bring you closer to what he was. Through his son, we see him. Through Davji, we have seen the reflection of Mzee himself. The apple doesn't fall too far away from the tree. In his son, we see a tireless worker, a courageous voice, a man who refuses to bow to injustice. It is through him that KMPDU has grown from a small union into a national movement. If somebody asked you what KMPDU is today, your answer will be simple. In Latin, res ipsa loquita. To translate, the facts speak for themselves. You have seen that conviction tested, even painfully. Many of you remember the moment our SG was shot by a tear gas canister on his head. He was someone's son. He was Mzee's son. Yet a few weeks later, he was back in the battlefield, fighting for the rights, not just of doctors, but healthcare provision as a whole. That kind of resilience, ladies and gentlemen, is not taught. It is inherited. That brings us closer to what Mzee was. It is a product of our home where discipline meets faith and courage is learned by example. Through his son, we learn that true work is not measured by noise or motion, but by results. Through his son, we learn that leadership is not comfort. It's sacrifice wearing a brave face. Allow me to divert a bit, and fewer still knew that Davji was nursing a terminally ill father at home, despite the many times that he showed up. Yes, still showed up. That is the definition of service. As one sailor once said, it doesn't matter how many storms you face, the question is, have you brought the ship home? And in our sojourn for making healthcare better, we interact with the government, with county governments, Honorable Sakaja. And our spirit remains defiant that the union, the Republic of KMPDU, is not friends with the government, can never be. We are partners in a social contract, strange bedfellows. And that partnership is only to the extent where healthcare is given a priority. The same noise that we make in bad times of your years is the same noise that you will make in bad times of years to come. Yet we have an easy escape from bad systems of governance. It is by the national government accepting its role in ensuring that everyone has access to healthcare through policy formulation, as in Schedule 4. And it is also for the governors to step down a high horse and admit that healthcare cannot be run in 47 different ways in the same country. Can you imagine a situation where the police and the army was run in 47 different ways with 47 different units? Healthcare is not fully devolved. Healthcare is a shared function. Mama Atela na familia nzima, pokeeni rambirambi zetu za dhati. Huenda tusiweze kuziba pengo ambalo mzee amewacha, lakini nataka kuhakikishia kwamba kama vile jinsi mzee alivyotukaribisha alivyokuwa hai, sisi tutamshika mkono kupitia kwa mwanake Davji. Na kama vile alivyotukaribisha nyumbani, tunataka muendelee kutukaribisha hivyo hivyo ili tuweze kushikamana, kwa sababu kwa boma hii tunaona kwamba kuna ile kitu inaitwa an aura of greatness, and we all want to be associated with it. In closing, in Mzee's passing, we do mourn a father. But in his legacy, we celebrate a philosophy that friendship, humor, and quiet dignity are as powerful as achievements. May his soul rest in peace, and may the grace he carried in life continue to light our paths as we serve, lead, build, just like he did. Asanteni sana.
Yeah, thank you so much.